What's new from the Barbados Light and Power Company? With your host, Nicole Scantlebury.
I'm Nicole Scantlebury. Good to have your company this month. It's our 110th anniversary. How many of you know that Barbados was the first British West Indian territory in the Eastern Caribbean to introduce electricity on the 17th of June 1911? Happy June anniversary to all our employees, Emira affiliates, partners, contractors, customers, and stakeholders in the energy sector who have helped to make Barbados Light and Power a leader in generation innovation and customer service excellence. Our theme for the month is Powering Through, which is fitting as the Barbados Light and Power Company continues to power through 110 years of service to the Barbadian public.
When I think of powering through, I think of continuing in a strong and determined way until the end of something, even when this proves to be difficult. To say that the last 15 months have been difficult seems like the understatement of the year. In addition to COVID-19, which drastically changed our lives seemingly overnight, a few weeks ago, we found ourselves in yet another difficult situation which was beyond our control. Draped in darkness for days as the ash from La Soufrière eruption continually rained down on us. Yet we powered through, continuing in a strong and determined way. And colleagues, you never stopped. Thank you. Even now, I see the evidence of you pressing on. I see you powering through uncertainty, powering through changes, powering through challenges, powering through new energy policies, powering through unanticipated situations. Where others would have folded and perhaps given up, your unwavering dedication and commitment fills me with pride and oftentimes brings a smile to my face. Kudos to you, Team BLPC. Continue to work safely, everyone, whether at home, in the office, or out in the field. You've done very well and you are truly appreciated. Happy 110th anniversary, everyone. Be safe.
Roger Blackman speaking at the virtual launch of our 110th anniversary.
What's new from the Barbados Light and Power Company?
In this month's program, we're going to meet some of our employees past and present who through invention and modernization have helped to advance our information and communications technology systems.
I wish the company and all of its employees a very happy and enjoyable celebration of its 110-year milestone. I think of all those people who worked with the company through the years to make it what it is today. It has consistently set a fine example of service and dedication to Barbados, and I expect and challenge it to keep up with our changing world by being innovative in the pursuit of delivery of electricity to Barbadians. Our world has reached a place where nothing, it seems, can be done without the use of electricity. Thus, employees will understand just how important their work is to our island. Good luck to all of you in the future days.
That was Celia Maloney, Light and Power retiree.
What's new from the Barbados Light and Power Company?
You're listening to What's New Radio with me, Nicole Scantlebury, for the Barbados Light and Power Company. To move forward, you sometimes have to look back to acknowledge your accomplishments, to see how you have reached your present. We were most happy when we received contact from retiree Tony Watkins a few weeks ago to share that it was 50 years since Light and Power received its very first computer in 1971.
My name is Tony Watkins. I was the first manager of what was then called the Data Processing Department and then became the Information Systems Department and subsequently now the ICT Department. The department was formed on the 2nd of May 1971. So now that Light and Power is celebrating their 110th birthday, our department is celebrating its 50th birthday. We had some interesting times because we had to transcribe all the information from the meter books as our database at that time. That was a long process. So although the department started in 1971 May, The computer never arrived to sometime in the following year. And the first program, which was billing of our customers, never went live to August 1972. My wife is sitting next to me and asked if she could have a short word.
I'm Elaine Watkins, the better half. And I was just coming to say a word because you asked him how he felt, and he didn't really answer that because men don't talk about their feelings. And so I just wanted to say that he was very excited to be back in Barbados and to be in the forefront of what was going to become the computer industry then. There was just BS&T and them. They were the first ones. So he was quite excited. But he was especially proud, I remember, that they were going to choose everybody that was going to work in his department from the company itself. And so it was going to be a family thing, and it was going to be people who were already interested in the company and that sort of thing. So he would come home in the evenings and discuss because he was proud, he was happy, and he was excited.
So I'd like to take this opportunity to wish the company well for the future. I notice there's a lot of things happening in the company with solar and other things. So I wish the company well in the next 100 years.
He shared such great information with us that we invited some employees past and present to talk about the genesis and innovation of our ICT, Information, Communication and Technology Department. Welcome, past manager of ICT, Hal Hunt.
Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Happy to have you. We also have our past senior systems analyst in what was known as the IT department back then, Elaine Gollop.
Hi, it's a real pleasure to join with some of my former co-workers, sharing and giving an insight into how Light and Power was 50 years ago today when we first became computerized.
Wonderful. I can't wait to hear it, Elaine. And we also have past analyst Celia Maloney.
Hi, it's nice to be here, having left the company so many years ago.
And with them, we have our present manager for ICT, Munashwar Parashram.
Thanks, Nicole. Looking forward to the conversation of looking back at our history and how we've progressed.
So by 1971, Light and Power had grown to 45,000 customers. That's 45,000 bills. As a customer-focused company, how did we innovate our systems and help our customers? Elaine, let's start with you.
Well, in 1971, as said, we had over 45,000 customers and having to process our bills manually, which included printing the customer names and addresses on the billing stationery, the calculation of bills, updating of cash and amendments manually using ledger cards and billing machines. It was somewhat laborious. And as the number of customers kept rising, and the customers, especially our larger customers, were demanding more and more information, we knew that there was time for a change.
Could you tell me a bit about what was called the data processing department back then? Like some of the roles, purchasing of the computer, the story surrounding that?
First of all, we had conducted aptitude tests in April 71, which was open to all employees, from management back down. From the results of these tests, initially, 2 systems analysts and 2 programmers were chosen. The data processing manager, Tony Watkins, had been appointed in May of that same year. By the next month, June 1971, the 2 analysts were sent off to England for training, and the programmers left shortly afterwards for Trinidad for training in our new COBOL language.
You said something just now that kind of stayed with me. When people talk about digital systems, they sometimes forget that all these systems or algorithms, they run on data. Therefore, you have to have someone entering the data. Tell me a little bit more about that, because that sounds so foreign to me now. Can you share more about that?
Back then, the only contact with the computer was via something we called the console typewriter that was operated by a clerk, or what we called a computer operator. And it was a part of the equipment in the computer room. Our computer room, the computer room itself, was large. I would say, 50 feet long and 20 feet wide approximately. A console typewriter looked something like a small printer that you might have nowadays, and it had a paper running through it, which gave a log of everything that the computer operator communicated to the computer.
So Monesh, we just heard how it was done back then. I know it's done completely differently now. Could you share a little bit about that, how that particular process is done now?
So obviously a lot has changed over the years in terms of technology, and even the processes are different. So back then, as Elaine and Celia were mentioning, it was the data processing department. And the key to that was obviously taking the data, building it out into the punch cards, and then processing it to get the output. So the key differences here now are our process is end to end. It starts with our customer agent, right? So our customer care agents will be the ones that enter information from the time a customer comes in to get a new account, a move in, pay a bill, etc. They enter that real time into the system to say these things have been done. So once that is done, it all goes into what we call our overall customer information system. And that pretty much stores all of that data so that when we are looking to do something like billing, it just runs it. And we run billing pretty much every day for different groups or cycles, as we call them, for our customers.
Okay. I want to tap back a little bit to 1972 when the system went live. Hal, I know you were there at that time. I believe you were in another department, but you were part of the company. What was the response like, or what was it like for you seeing this huge change?
We implemented in customer services an electronic document management system, which we scanned all of our contracts and created digital records of the contracts and everything like that. So we basically went paperless in customer services because all the readings now no longer come through a handheld meter reading system, but they come through radio links directly to the meters at people's homes. So you can see how far we've come with technology in 20 to 25 years. It's amazing. Really amazing how far we've come.
Definitely. We have indeed. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm working from home too, and it's thanks to ICT that I'm able to perform my duties and interact with my colleagues using online systems, which back in 1911 when the company started, we could never imagine. Stay safe, everyone.
What's new from the Barbados Light and Power Company?
You can listen to the whole conversation about our ICT developments through the years in extra time on our website, blpc.com.bb. Before we end our program, I'd like to share that we are in the process of completing our Geographic Information System project. This project will allow us to accurately map and locate our customers and utility infrastructure. To aid in the completion of the project, members of our team will be contacting some of our customers this month via telephone to provide additional information. This has been our June anniversary program. To keep up to date on what's happening at Light and Power in real time, follow us on Facebook and Instagram BLPC Online or on Twitter at TweetBLPC. You can contact a customer care representative online using the customer service portal on our website blpc.com.bb or by phone by calling 626-4300. What's New Radio is repeated in the last week of every month on this station, or find this and other What's New programs on our website blpc.com.bb. I'm Nicole Scanterbury. Bye for now.
This program was produced for the Barbados Light and Power Company by SFA Communications.